I'm now going to proceed with the Mayor's report, and I'm pleased to provide the Mayor's report for the period of September 19th through October the 3rd. I will note that I attended a number of events over the last 2-week period. I want to highlight a few of those. On September 22nd, the City of Thompson hosted the Safe Operations Employee Barbecue. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the whole event, but I did arrive near the end. I was pleased that as part of that event, we provided our employees with a safety kit, and we encouraged them to practice the principles of safe operation, not just at the workforce, but in the community. On September 26th, along with Councillor Locker, we attended the 50th anniversary of the CIBC Bank in Thompson, and I want to acknowledge and thank Joanne Miller for traveling into our community to participate in that celebration, as well as Kathleen Robson, the manager of CIBC. And it was an added pleasure not only to bring greetings, but also to receive a gift, and that is a contribution from CIBC to the Thompson Regional Community Centre in the amount of $25,000. I'll note, and I did note at the event, that with that contribution, we have met our target of raising $100,000 as set out in the Hydro breakfast held almost a year ago to the date. So I was very pleased, and I do extend our appreciation to CIBC. On October the 1st, I had an opportunity, as well as Councillors Locker, Collada, and Byer, to attend the Thompson Community Foundation Gala Banquet, and I want to say it was another tremendous event hosted by the Community Foundation for a good cause. And I was very pleased to participate in the Order of Thompson ceremony, and was very pleased to see the award provided to Gail and Arnold Morberg in recognition to their outstanding contributions to Thompson and indeed Northern Manitoba, and they become the recipients in only the second year of the Order of Thompson. On October the 3rd, along with Deputy Mayor Lafreniere and Councillor Locker, I had the opportunity to attend a breakfast with the Assistant Commissioner and the Commanding Officer of D Division for the RCMP, Bill Robinson, who was visiting our community, as well as Superintendent Lucky and our new Inspector, John Duff. Have I got that right? No? This morning. Oh, this morning. Okay. Oh, that's right. And later on this afternoon, following that meeting, we had an opportunity to, or I had an opportunity to extend greetings at a RCMP and Northern Chiefs gathering held here in our community. And I want to acknowledge, as I did at that event, and extend my appreciation to RCMP officers from throughout the North and the Chiefs from throughout the North have come together for the 2-day period of today and tomorrow to talk about the challenges and the opportunities of forging a strong relationship and dealing with many of those issues that as a region we face. I will note that I took the opportunity in that audience to convey and seek support from that group for the City of Thompson moving forward with the call for a detox facility in Northern Manitoba, as well as to advise the group of the City of Thompson's intention to move forward with the establishment of a corrections healing facility for Northerners in Northern Manitoba. And I certainly look forward to the deliberations of that group. In terms of a couple updates, I just want to advise, and I've had a few texts and emails, and I understand there's some other comments circulating in the community, but as a part of our Safe Routes to School initiative, and in collaboration with the RCMP and the School District of Mystery Lake, and in order to ensure the safety of children going to and from school, the City of Thompson implemented a pilot project on Pintail Crescent with regards to parking on the street. You'll note that the curbs have been painted yellow in the area that we are asking individuals not to park, so that there are clear walking paths and sight lines for children going to and coming from school. I understand the parking signs were added today. I can tell you that this is in response to concerns from the community. It is a pilot, and I can tell you it was no sooner that we had that in place that I received a call from a resident indicating that yeah, it was happening, but in fact, someone was parking there. We communicated with the RCMP, and they visited the site, as they will be over the next few days. I understand there's a great deal of discussion on this. This is a move in terms of dealing with our safe operations. It's a move in terms of safe routes to school. It's a pilot to see the impact, but should it be successful in terms of addressing some of the issues regarding parking and student movements in and around school, I would suggest that the City of Thompson would be moving forward right across this community. One of the realities of the design of Thompson is that many of the walkways to schools are located in residential areas, and a large number of students are dropped off. I can appreciate that, but the community wasn't designed necessarily for that. It creates some public safety issues in and around those areas, and I think it is up to the City of Thompson to take the lead and to protect the safety of children. So we're certainly open to any feedback regarding that, but we will be monitoring it through public safety and I think public works in terms of the effectiveness, and I look forward to a response from the community. The second update is that the City of Thompson, in response to some of the construction that is taking place in and around the UCN and Thompson Regional Community Center site, has relocated the Millennium Trail, and it's noted that the portion of the Millennium Trail that has been relocated is immediately adjacent to the wildlife building, and I can advise that its access is now off the walkway by Pickwick Crescent. I think that's going to be a good improvement in terms of ensuring the safety of those individuals utilizing the trail, and I would encourage people to get out, especially with hopefully some nice weather remaining, and take advantage of that trail. In terms of some upcoming events, I want to advise that Council, and I want to commend Council for taking the leadership in terms of hosting Speak Up Thompson community neighborhood meetings that will take place on Wednesday, October the 12th at Wapana Community School and Wednesday, October 26th at Westwood School. Both meetings or sessions will take place from 7 to 9. Encourage residents to come out with their comments, with their suggestions, with their questions. We will have council members as well as administration available, as well as displays and information regarding the city. And it truly is an opportunity for Thompson to speak up and hopefully for us to move forward. I do want to note that I do have two proclamations. The first is by virtue of the authority vested in me as the Mayor of Thompson, I hereby proclaim October 1st through 7th, 2011 as World Breastfeeding Week in the City of Thompson. And by virtue of the authority vested in me as the Mayor of Thompson, I hereby proclaim the month of October 2011 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the City of Thompson. Prior to concluding my Mayor's report, I want to urge all residents that tomorrow is a very important day in this province. It is election day, and I would encourage all residents, no matter who you choose to support, please go out and express your democratic right and cast your ballot. I would love to be able to say the City of Thompson had the highest turnout of voters in the province of Manitoba. I think it would send a phenomenal message about how much people care, and it is important that we do exercise that right. So please take the time. I always do, and I usually try to take it. One time it was my children. It'll be my niece or nephew that I'll take along for the walk. It's a great exercise in democracy, and I encourage people to get out. Now, I know that over the last 2 weeks I've been in and out of the city, and I know there were a number of other events, including the Thompson YWCA Annual General Meeting, the Thompson Crisis Center Annual General Meeting, and I'm going to open up the floor to other members of council who may have been attending those events on the city's behalf. Deputy Mayor Lafreniere.
Well, I'll just highlight the two that you just highlighted. I did have the opportunity to attend both the Crisis Center and the YWCA AGM, and I expressed our gratitude to the staff and to the board of directors of those organizations for the work that they do, and of course acknowledged my council colleague, Councillor Collada, and her role leading the YWCA, and of course with the Crisis Center trustee, Leslie Tucker. So I passed our gratitude along, and they were both great events, and the organizations are definitely in good standing. I also had the opportunity to attend the Community Futures North Central Development Conference. I'll just say the conference that was held here. It hosted people from right across Manitoba, and of course another council colleague, Mayor Tim Johnston, leads that organization, and I think they did our community proud. I attended all three evening events, and also attended the conference during the day, had guest speakers, Peter Newman and Frank O'Day, and I think they definitely brought value to our community. And from what I understand, Frank O'Day also had the opportunity to support our students at Artie Parker and also speak to them to a full house. So a win-win all around, and not only for Thompson, but for our northern region. Churchill was highlighted, Wasquatum was highlighted, Paint Lake, Valley, Glacier. So we definitely had a lot to show off, and a big thank you to, and I pass that along again, our gratitude to not only Tim, but to all the people, the board and the staff that made that happen. So great conference. I also had the opportunity to attend the Thompson Zoo Committee, our board member, our council member that attends those meetings, Penny Byer, and attended the lunchtime session on the redirection or the new direction set forth by the Thompson Zoo for a Boreal Discovery Center. And also had the opportunity to attend the Thompson Aboriginal Education Advisory Committee. Those are all-day meetings, and I attended that, hosted by the School District of Mystery Lake, of course. And also had the opportunity to attend a cultural proficiency workshop that they held for the staff of the school district. And I think we definitely can learn from some of the movements that they're making in terms of cultural proficiency that could support our work in terms of diversity and the Aboriginal Accord. And just to note, it was our last week with our previous city manager, and we did have the opportunity to attend a farewell dinner with him as well. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments from members of council? Councillor Locker?
On September 25th, I had the pleasure of attending at Juniper Center a reception that was put on for our visitors, 75 medical students that were here for a 2-day seminar. And I'm telling you, they were active, healthy looking young people. And I invited them to, not all of them, but some of them to maybe think in terms of coming up north. It was a great evening, and the Juniper Center, as usual, puts on a fantastic spread. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Byer?
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything until it went to a budget meeting or to the council as a whole, but Councillor Lafreniere's just woken up. I'm all excited about what our new Boreal Discovery Center, which people don't know about yet because we haven't brought it forward, just so that people know the Thompson Zoological Society was tasked with becoming sustainable and bring the plan forward to City Council. You know, they had a lot of struggles. I mean, like everybody else, are short-staffed. They've got the busiest time of their year. They've got construction. They had some pretty huge challenges, and they have developed, I think, what will be a legacy project for the City of Thompson. I'm really excited to see it presented to the rest of council. Yeah, there's some wrinkles to iron out, but I'm sorry. I was going to be quiet about it until we presented it to council. I just couldn't now. It's just fantastic what they've done, and I can hardly wait for everybody else to see it.
Excellent. Thank you. Any further comments? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.